I have a very love-hate relationship with glaives. Fighting somebody rocking a glaive makes me want to whack myself in the junk with a pool cue. But when I pick up a glaive and start trolling people by blocking them, undeniably fun. I mean, one day it'll probably keep me out of heaven, but you know what? Totally worth it. Hi, my name is Fallout, and I got really curious as to how good exactly the Glaive Block is in D2. So I hopped into a private lobby with the boys to find out a few things. How strong actually is the Glaive Block, generally speaking? What is it capable of tanking that you might be shocked at? And what, if any, are the hard glaive counters in the game? Really kinda hyped to share what we found with you. But real quick, I want to talk to you about the importance of keeping a clean shop with your favorite gear. No, not your vault or the postmaster. I'm talking about your dick.
Manscaped.
Gentlemen, Manscaped has recreated the ultimate men's grooming kit for the modern man, suitable for men who prefer a trim, a close shave, or anything in between. Introducing the Platinum Package 4.0 by Manscaped. Improve your shower game, boys. The Manscaped Body Wash and 2-in-1 Shampoo duo go together better than Fighting Lion and self-esteem issues. It's still summertime, so get out there to enjoy the weather and smell damn good doing it. For your underarms, you got the new aluminum-free stick deodorant by Manscaped. And not only that, crop preserver deodorant for your balls. Might as well smell good all over, am I right? Your bathroom tool shed includes the Lawnmower 4.0 electric trimmer and the Weed Whacker nose and ear hair trimmer. Waterproof, cordless, and made with skin-safe technology to reduce nicks and cuts. Opt into the Peak Hygiene plan and get all your favorite Manscaped product replenishments sent right to your door for free. You'll also get the hookup with hot freebies, the Shed Luxury travel bag, and a free pair of Manscaped anti-chafing boxer briefs. Don't wait, get 20% off and free international shipping with 2 free gifts by going to manscaped.com/falloutplays. That's 20% off and free shipping and 2 free gifts at manscaped.com/falloutplays. All right, back to the content. If you're a new player or just prefer weapons that go pew pew and not slice slice, I'm gonna quickly go over some key info about how glaives work. Blocking is strong as hell, but it really is kind of a double-edged sword. In order to block, you need energy, and in order to get energy, you need to shoot someone with a projectile. If Bungie ever introduced a new piece of exotic armor that allowed you to block with a glaive without landing a shot first, that shit would be flat out broken. And if you were wondering, whacking with the glaive does not give energy. You gotta land a projectile. Next thing to take note of, the glaive block duration isn't made shorter by taking incoming damage. It's on its own little timer that only goes away over time and time alone. Or if you damage the Guardian hard enough to cause a severe case of death. But that's actually harder to do than you might think, because blocking with a glaive gives you a whopping 75% incoming damage reduction, otherwise known as DR. Technically, you can get up to 85% incoming DR by blocking with a glaive and being invisible while wearing the Omnioculus Hunter exotic. But if I catch you using that in quick play, so help me God, I'll be under your bed that night. Anywho, another reason it's really hard to kill a blocking glaiver, lack of ability to achieve a crit. You'll see from the footage, but even if I'm trying to land a headshot on a person blocking with a glaive, no dice. The glaive hitbox can only take regular body shot damage. In a nutshell, you have chonky DR, you can't be headshotted, and have a block duration that can't be shortened by incoming damage. Fun. Okay, we got 4 categories to go through, so let's get going. Primary weapons. As you can probably imagine, the vast majority of primaries in D2 are going to do a fat load of jack to a blocking glaive. Some otherwise very lethal weapons can burn through an entire mag without even popping the Guardian shield. For example, both The Last Word and Shire's Wrath, 2 filthy primaries in PvP, can't even break a Guardian shield with 1 mag. Some options I were sure would do something were laughably ineffective. Devil's Ruin with a full laser charge up wasn't even enough to break shield. I'd like to remind you that Devil's Ruin with 1 charge up can kill a Warlock in a Radiant Well. People really sleep on that gun, by the way. Moving on. Some weapons I thought would be able to pierce through the glaive block also did not work. Weapons like the Wish Ender bow. However, I did learn a few things about what can work on a block. Keep the following in mind. Method number 1, getting around the glaive hitbox. You'll see more as time goes on, but Fighting Lion, for example, shows that as long as you can damage an enemy from behind when they're blocking, no extra protection there. Method number 2, outlasting the block. Weapons like the Osteostriga, they have a pretty deep mag, and if possible, you can always outlast the timer on the block. You gotta be careful doing that though. Remember that glaive users can shoot back while blocking, so easier said than done. Method number 3 is just brute forcing the block by dishing out a ton of damage. Teraba is a very rare primary capable of doing that in 1 mag via the Ravenous Beast perk. Method number 4, really easy, freezing the glaive user any way that you can. More on that later when we get to abilities, but Cryosthesia with a charge-up shot is a hard glaive counter. Glaives cannot block or avoid being frozen, and that'll always be a top-tier way of shutting them down. Anyway, outside of Fighting Lion, Teraba, and Cryosthesia, pretty much every primary was either a bust or at best a trade when fighting a glaive. Can some outlast the block? Yeah, but again, I don't really consider that a hard counter because the glaive user can simply shoot and kill you if you're standing there while just shooting away. Special weapons. Keeping in mind what kind of weapons can actually get through a glaive block, most of what we tested was really ineffective. Chaperone kind of relies on long-range headshotting, so that is no good. Regular spread shotguns like Found Verdict, also no good. Even Lord of Wolves wasn't able to overpower the block by firing 15 rounds, aka all the ammo you spawn in with in PvP. Snipers were also not effective. Even an Izanagi's Burden with honed edge times 4 wasn't even able to break shield. Most fusion rifles weren't able to do anything either. The Zur main ingredient and the Jotun weren't even able to pop shield. Bastion did come close. It was able to break the shield in one pull of the trigger, but again, the glaive user could both shoot and beat your ass while you're trying to break them. So what in the special category did work? In the category of overpowering the block, we have the Fourth Horseman dealing over 50 damage per shot to the blocking hitbox. I don't know how realistic that's going to be in PvP though. Not many people I know use the Horseman unironically, and you need to unload a full mag point blank to get that kill. In the category of getting around the hitbox, we have grenade launchers where you can time the detonation by holding and letting go of the trigger. As long as you can time and place the grenade to detonate from behind the person, you can get around the block. Also, waveframe grenade launchers, kind of. The glaive user has to be blocking up so the waveframe can go under the blocking hitbox. That'll probably be rare though. If the glaive user is blocking like normal and not looking up, the shot will get blocked. Telesto can do an okay job if the glaive user backs up over shots already placed onto the floor. But enough gimmicks. I'm now going to show you one of the most unexpected hard counters I found to glaives in the game that I'm pretty sure not a ton of people know about. Divinity. We legit almost didn't test it because using Divinity in PvP is a borderline meme. Not only does the gun work, it destroys a glaive block, and it does so alone without any other teammate helping out by shooting. Divinity also spawns in with 80 ammo, and you can get the kill even before hitting the 40 mark in your mag. Meaning, in theory, if you were fighting a team of people abusing glaive blocking, you could kill 2 of them alone with 1 mag. Here's why it works. Divinity gets around 2 things that makes the glaive block strong. 1, by enclosing the entire Guardian in the Divinity bubble, you are essentially getting around the hitbox of the glaive block. And 2, you're taking away the glaive's ability to prevent taking crit damage. Divinity, by design, makes anybody shot by it take crit damage. Combine those 2 factors together and bam, solo Divinity will ruin a glaive. Other trace rifles, not so much. They can potentially outlast the block, but their beam can't penetrate or get around the block. They don't have the ability to completely get behind the hitbox the way that Divinity can. Another great counter to a glaive, Wither Horde. It's great because there's 2 ways to counter the glaive user. If you drop it on the floor, even when blocking, they get no extra DR against the blight damage. And because they're blocking, they will move slower, perfect for encouraging them to de-block so they can get out of the death zone quicker. The other way is to legit just shoot the user directly while they're blocking. It's just like if you would hit a Guardian normally with Wither Horde. The shot gets absorbed right into the Guardian through the block, and they tick out due to major chip damage. What's even better is that the Guardian's hurt box is extended by the glaive blocking, meaning when the block animation is up, I can fire Wither Horde off to the side a little bit, but because the glaive block is so wide, the shot still lands and gets absorbed into the Guardian. GG. Power weapons. Glaive blocking, unshockingly, is strong enough to shrug off direct hits from a lot of common power weapons. Any legendary machine gun, not gonna punch through in just 1 ammo box. Rocket launchers, not even strong enough to break shield, even with impact casing. Even Gallarhorn wasn't able to lock up a kill, but the Wolfpack rounds were strong enough to at least break shield. Grenade launchers are a similar story, but if you're able to aim your shot behind the Guardian as to get around the shield hitbox, then you're in business. Unshockingly, certain unique power weapons can get the job done. Sleeper Simulant is a penetration machine, giggity, and can go straight through the block to murder the Guardian. However, if you have 9 resil when blocking or higher, you will barely tank the shot. Wardcliff Coil, with its dozen little tiny winding and curving rockets, can easily get around and kill the blocker. The 1K Voices, with its sticky napalm-like fire just gets right through and murders the blocker. Colony can get the job done if you fire the tiny little robo spiders behind the glaive blocker, which will then run at them from the back. Swords can get the job done in a few hits, but again, be careful because they can shoot you back while blocking. Spinning with the falling guillotine is an insta-glaive killer able to get right through the hitbox. Oddly enough, Parasite was strong enough to do the job point blank. We tried hitting the floor near or in front of the block, but that didn't do it, yet the dead-on shot did. Fun. Abilities and supers. I'll say that the majority of supers are going to dunk hard on a glaive. Things like Nova Bomb, Hammer Titan, anything with big, wild damage will do the trick. But there were still a few things I was a little shocked by. Golden Gun, for example, isn't able to get the job done in just one shot, you need two, meaning the glaive user could potentially shoot and kill the Goldie Hunter, which would be funny. Any super that makes physical contact with intent to beat down the enemy guardian will usually take 2 hits on a blocking glaive. Examples of that being an Arcstaff Hunter, a Night Stalker Hunter, or a Sentinel Titan. Deadshot Tether I found to be annoyingly bad on a glaive. Yeah, they'll get tethered, but it doesn't really shut down their ability to block, so they can still theoretically shoot back and kill you. One thing that is really worth repeating, stasis completely on a glaive. Any of the stasis supers in the game were pretty much easy mode. As long as you have the ability to freeze the enemy, that immediately shuts down the block. 100% worth keeping in mind. That goes not only for supers, but regular abilities too. The Cold Snap Grenade, for example, is a dummy easy way to shut down a blocking glaive. If you can freeze him, you can beat him. If I showed you every weapon, ability, or other in the game, this video would be hours long. Rest assured that if I didn't show it here, probably a 99% chance that it won't work in getting around a blocking glaive. But if there's a really good option that you know about that I didn't show, let me know down in the comment section. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, ring the notification bell for new content, and I'll see you on stream.